friends, welcome to my Flosstube channel, Thread the Needle. My name is Vani and I am here with a video. This is my mid-year WIP parade. Why am I doing a WIP parade? Because I haven't stitched as much as I would like to in the last few weeks, and I thought, you know what better way to get me motivated for the rest of the year by showing you all my lovely projects and really hyping them up so that I really want to get back into it. I've made some nice progress, and so let's just review all of that and really enjoy the journey that I've been on in the last 6 months. Okay, so we are going to get started. I've written down all my data. I am a data person. I really like numbers. I like to know. I like to plan. I like to organize. And I've been using a app that helps me organize and keep track of all my stitching, which is lovely. I also have a notebook which I use to keep track of my daily night stitching, and then I input it into the app and the spreadsheet. It just works for me. I really love keeping track of everything. It motivates me to keep going, and I just like it. And it's not about seeing how high those numbers go. That's not what it is for me. For some reason, I just really enjoy keeping track of it all. I can't explain it. But like I said, it's not about the end result. It's about the journey for me. So thanks for joining me here while I walk you through my journey for the first 6 months of 2025. Shall we begin? We are going to begin with my focus piece that I had for this year. It is my anniversary piece. And it has progressed so nicely in the last few years, and I'm very happy that, and I cannot wait to continue to work on it. But the pressure is off now, as I've already told my husband about this surprise gift for him, and he now is looking forward to the end result. But again, there's no pressure. I have completed 177,610 stitches on this, and I am at 55% complete, and this year alone I did 11,156 stitches to bring me to this point. This is where I was working on for the majority of the year, his face, and as you can see, this is all of it so far. Isn't that really, really nice? Now you might ask, why does that say 55% when we don't even have full faces? Because counted in that was a lot of the background, but since I got a fabric that had a little bit of background in it, I decided, you can't even tell any of that, but anyway, has a little bit of sparkle in it and it's lovely. I decided not to stitch all of that background, and that's why it stands at 55%. This is being stitched on 28 count, 1/1 full cross. Okay, I'm going to continue to fold each piece so that I can take it back up. Now, next up is Ganesh, and this beloved piece sits at 91,473 stitches completed so far, and that brings me to 60% complete. This year, so far, I finished 5,336 stitches. I'm going to warn you right now, not all these projects are going to have such impressive numbers. Again, this is just for my own satisfaction that I keep track of these numbers. Some of you don't like it. That's fine. You don't have to pay attention to that part. You can just look at the lovelies. Ganesh. I get so excited every time I take this off my hoop or my Q-snap or Nerge frame, whatever I'm using, and I look at it in the whole. I mean, it is so absolutely amazing, vibrant and colorful. One of my favorite pieces by far. And I'm really looking forward to continuing on it for the rest of the year. So fun to stitch on. 22 count full crosses, 2/1. Isn't that beautiful? So much detail, and I absolutely love this. Wonderful. Okay. Next up, we have a smaller piece that I've been working on. This is Star Touched Meadow. It is by Carolyn Manning Designs, and there's one per month, and I started with the one for November. I think it's Chrysanthemum, but I have 2,500 stitches put in on this. I think that's the right side up. Yep, 2,500 stitches put in on this, and that brings me to 42% complete. And this year I did 554 stitches on this. Such a calming piece to work on because you really don't have to think too much because it's a geometric kind of vision here, and I really enjoy it. This is on 18 count 2/1 full cross. Next up we have Life is an Open Book London. And so this first batch of projects that I'm sharing with you in my WIP parade are projects that I have stitched on. Then I have a smaller pile of projects that I have yet to come in my rotation. But yeah, I'll get to that in a second. So, London. We have so far 18,256 stitches completed on this. That brings me to 34% complete. And this year I did 510 stitches so far. I love doing this one every time it comes in my rotation, so I'm happy that it came around again. Okay. Turn the page in my notebook. Next up we have Mini Moose Crossing. This is an absolutely vivid one, and the detail in this is amazing. So this is 6,644 stitches, which brings me to 8% completed. And this year I did 522 stitches on this. This is on 18 count 2/1 full cross. Following that, we have another beauty. This is Peacock Fantasy. So Peacock Fantasy is 10,125 stitches in, 9% complete, and I did 687 stitches this year so far. This is on another 28 count 1/1 full cross. Next up is one of my favorites, Autumn Owl Trio. Let's see. Autumn Owl Trio has 69,341 stitches completed, bringing me to 55% complete. And total stitched this year so far was 517 stitches. He's just so adorable. I love it. 22 count 2/1 full cross. Next up is in the 7 Deadly Sins set of charts from Heaven and Earth Designs. This I started with Avarice, and here we are. So this one has a total of 9,135 stitches completed, which brings it up to 11. And total stitched this year so far was 505 stitches. This also is on 22 count 2/1 full cross. And what's exciting about this one is we're almost getting into an area where the lady appears, which is going to be so beautiful, and I cannot wait for that part to come. Next up, the lady has appeared on this one. This is QS Sapphire as part of the 12 Birthstones by Rachel Anderson and Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is my 4th birthstone that I have that I'm working on. I have 3 completed. This is QS Sapphire. So Sapphire has 16,896 stitches done, which brings me to 47% complete. And I stitched a total of 591 stitches on it so far this year. This is on 22 count, 2/1 full cross. But isn't the detail in her face just amazing? So beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Following that, we have another beautiful piece. This one is Mini Little Dreamer's Tree. Now, Mini Little Dreamer's Tree is a beautiful long piece. So we have a total of 10,445 stitches completed, which brings me to 28% completed. And this year I put in a total of 903 stitches on this beautiful piece. This is stitched on 22 count, 2/1 full cross. I'm sensing a theme here. Next up, we have this beauty. This is Opening Night. Now, this is an absolutely beautiful piece, and I have completed a total of 7,543 stitches on this, bringing it to 11% complete. And this year so far, I stitched, I think, 503 odd stitches. It's really, really lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. And the best part is, this is the lady. This is her bun. This is the flowers around her bun. So this is the top of her head. And this is her face. Cannot wait to do more of this one. Next, we have Colors of India, which is an absolutely beautiful chart. It is a AI picture image, and Kaylee from the sewing shop converted it for me, and it's just so beautiful, and I cannot wait to continue stitching on it. We decided to call it Colors of India, and here we are. So this is 1,568 stitches complete, which brings me to 1% complete. I'll take it. And I put in totally this year stitched 650 stitches in this. This is on 18 count, 2/1 full cross. Next, we have my retreat piece. What is a retreat piece? A retreat piece is one project that I dedicated to work on every time I attend a retreat. I have been lucky enough to have the opportunity to attend a few retreats in the past few years. And my favorite one is Stitch North because it's in Canada and it's not too far away, and it's a nice little weekend getaway for me. And what I did was I selected a project, which is Mini Meditation by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I divided it into sections. So each section is dedicated to a retreat that I attend. So the last one that I attended was a few months ago, and these are the two sections that I was working on, this one and this one. I'm almost finished filling it in, and then I will add the date of the retreat for those two pieces. So this so far is what we have. This is, let's see, so far 39,014 stitches in here. That brings me to 37% complete. And so far this year, because I only attended one retreat, was 6,202 stitches. And then once I finish that little bit, this one will go away until my next retreat next year. So this is an absolutely beautiful piece. It is so colorful, so vibrant. I really enjoy stitching on it, like a lot. So then my next decision is going to be, which block am I going to stitch on? Am I going to go there and finish the edge of it? Or am I going to go down here? Or am I going to go down this way? I don't know. We shall see. This is on 22 count, 2/1 full cross. Are we enjoying ourselves? I know I am. Okay. Next is Coloring Book Afternoon. Now, this is on 20 count, 2/1 full cross. And here we are. Very detailed in this as well. So this is 2,713 stitches, which brings me to 4% complete. That's not bad. And total stitch this year was 593 stitches. And I have seen others working on this one, and the details that emerge are pretty amazing, and I cannot wait to get more into this and see some more of my details emerge. Like I said, this is on 20 count, 2 over 1 full cross, I think. Yes, 20 count. Next up, we have, as I flip the page in my notebook, Birds in Bloom. So this one is a piece that I am stitching without the background, Birds in Blooms, and it is a long piece, but the other way opposite that Mini Little Dreamer's Tree was. This one is total stitched 7,056 stitches, which brought me to 5% complete. And so, like I said, it's not just long this way. This is as far as it goes, but it's long, long that way. And so far this year, I only put in 289 stitches, but that's okay. I'm just glad I was able to pull her out for a little bit. This is on 20 count, 2 over 1 full cross. Now, next up is Ottoman Tiles. So yes, this way. This way is up. This one is really, really nice. Another easy, mindful piece to stitch on. It's very geometrical as well, in a sense. I have completed 4,414 stitches on this, and that gives me a total of 6%. And this year so far, I was able to put in 338 stitches. Looking forward to filling in more blocks on this one as well. And this is on 22 count, 2 over 1 full cross. I really enjoy this one. Next up is one of my oldest WIPs, and I only brought it back out. It used to be a UFO. For those of you who are not familiar with that term, it's an unfinished object. It was in the UFO pile for a long time, but I made a decision a few years ago to put all my projects in a rotation so that they may get a chance to get worked on. And I reworked my rotation this year, and I think it's been working so far, because all of these projects, and I'll get to that in a second, I want to finish this part first. So this is Prelude to a Kiss, and I just love the progress that I've made on it in the last couple of years, because for a long time there was no progress to be made, and I've got some hanging, I got a hanging thread there, but that's okay. So this is a Joe Wall piece, a Josephine Wall piece by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the detail in this is amazing. This is 19,853 stitches, which brings us to 12% complete. And this year I did 975 stitches on this one here. Look at the wolf and the little girl right there and the man with the guitar. So much detail. I really love this. This is on 22 count, 2 over 1 full cross. Next up, we have another special piece that I've been working on for a while. I was gifted this chart and asked to work on it, and it has been in my WIP pile for a few years now. This is Siamese Fighting Fish. This is 22,202 stitches, 3% complete. Total stitch this year so far was 573 stitches. It's so, even though right now all you can see is black and teal, up close, the contrast in colors is so amazing that I really enjoy this every time I bring it out now. This is on 28 count, 2 over 1, nope, 1 over 1 full cross. So I've got a few 28s in there, but that is the smallest that I will go. Next, Sunflower Bee. So this one was only pulled into rotation this last few weeks, so I haven't really worked a lot on it because I was just losing my stitching bug and life was getting a bit busy just as this came up in my rotation, so I didn't stitch on it as much as I would like to have. But I have completed a total of 5,108 stitches on this, which brings us to 6% complete. And unfortunately, I only put in about 58 stitches. So I haven't decided if I want to just continue and maybe finish that diagonal before I switch out the rotation or not, or if I just want to start something new. Not start a new project, but start a new rotation piece. But there you go, Sunflower Bee. This is on 18 count, 2/1 full across. I love it. I love it. Next up is one of my favorite pieces. It is just so colorful and just so me. It's Golden Promises. And we have completed, this is a long wide piece. Let me see how I can hold this properly to give you the best part of it. So I have so far done 37,461 stitches on this, and that brings me to 45% complete. Wow, that's not bad. I don't know if that's right, because yeah, I'm going to check the math on that. But anyway, so far this year I put in 732 stitches. I love this one. I absolutely love it. Love working on this one. And it's 18 count, 2/1 full cross. The flowers and all the details in her jewelry. I just love it, and I cannot wait to get to this loveliness right here. Beautiful. And there's Krynic in there, and I don't mind it. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in there. So there's some Krynic, and I actually don't mind it. I like stitching with it, especially on projects like this, and it picks up the colors that it's being stitched next to. Okay, next up was Bits and Bobbins, but I have misplaced that, so I don't know where it is right now. It'll show up. It always does. It's probably in one of my many stitching stations. So we're going to move on, but let me just tell you that I completed 795 stitches on it this year. It was a new start for this year, so that's not bad. It has yet to reach a percentage mark, but that's okay. So we're going to move on to Colorful Abstract. This is such, as the name suggests, this is such a colorful piece. It was another new start this year, and I only completed 499 stitches on it. And you know what? That's okay. It was a joy to work on. This is 22 count, 2/1 full cross, and I will get more done on this in the coming months and years. Yeah, I just love the fabric too. Such a beautiful fabric. This is from Kaylee, the sewing shop. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's see. Next up is, I absolutely adore this piece. It's Heaven and Earth Designs, and I had the best fabric for it. It is not, some people don't like stitching on fabric like this that has a bit of glitter in it. Sometimes it can get a little difficult to stitch on. This is Arabian Nights. However, I'm okay with it. It is 28 count, 1/1 full cross. If you have good lighting, it's fine. I stitched 1,568 stitches on this so far, and this year I put in 672 stitches, and I love it. I love it. Cannot wait to get into more detail on this one, because there's so much that's going to come through, and I absolutely adore it. Next up is, I think, my one and only Christmas piece. It's Christmas Mailbox, Heaven and Earth Designs, and like many of you may already know, it started as a extreme cross-country piece, and I quickly realized that wasn't my cup of tea, and I started stitching in my preferred method, which is just in the diagonals. And here we go. There is some Krynic in there as well. So we are finally getting to the rooftop of the scenery here. I think the house starts to appear. We have done 12,176 stitches on this so far this year. I put in 918 stitches, and I hope to continue on the tradition of stitching it on the 24th and 25th of every month. That was working really well for me, and it is at 15% complete so far. This is on 18 count, 2/1 full cross as I pick away at the fuzzies. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Then we have another Carolyn Manning piece coming up. This is, check my notes, the Stained Glass Mystery Cell. No longer a mystery, but that's okay. I still think it's beautiful. This was a new start for this year, and because it was one stained glass panel per, I think one for every 2 months or so, something. Anyway, it's so beautiful. It's just really, really lovely, and such a breeze to stitch on, and so enjoyable. I've got in 796 stitches on this, and that square is almost complete. I love it. I love the stained glass effect on this. And this is on 18 count, 2/1 full cross. Okay. Next up, we had, in the month of May, I had some new starts. So the next few are going to be those. Actually, before I do that one, I'm going to do the very last one. Tiger Dreams. Total stitched this year was 358 stitches. I'm finally getting into some detail rather than this darkness. So I'm really looking forward to more of that. Oh, I'm not sure why that's hanging there, but anyway, we'll get rid of that soon. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this. This is on 22 count, 2/1 full cross, and I cannot wait to get in, and I can't wait to reach the lovely tiger. That's dreaming. Enjoy. Now come the last 3 new starts that I had. So the first one was 4 Seasons. And it's a very minuscule start. It's not bad. It's 863 stitches. And I don't know, can you see that? It's on, there we go, Easy Guide fabric, and this is 20 count, 2/1 full cross. And I know it's going to be humongous, but I thought rather than struggling and just to get the size down and doing it on like 28 count, because that's the smallest I'll go, I decided to do it on a bigger count because the ease of stitch, and as well as I thought if and when it's complete and it's on the wall, you don't have to stand up real close to look at the details. You can actually sit back a little bit and admire it. It'll be big enough to see those details. That was my thought process anyway. Who knows if I'll finish it in this lifetime, but there it is for the next generation. That was my thought process on this, and I can't wait to pick this up again. Next up in my new starts was a request by my daughter. She wanted me to do a Batman piece, and she picked a piece from Etsy. It is the cover of a old Batman comic, and I've got the corner started. This is on 18 count, 2/1 full cross, and this is 1001 stitches complete. I told her maybe I'll get it done for when you graduate college. That gives me a couple years, who knows, or might have to be after her master's. There you go. So it's coming along. I think it might, because it was personally requested by her, it might become a focus piece behind Anniversary and Ganesha, or maybe ahead of them. I don't know. We'll see. But there you go. This is, did I say already? This is on 18 count, 2/1 full cross. There you go. And my latest start is a piece that has been in my stash for a very, very long time. It's called Darkness Falls by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I just absolutely loved it for a very long time, since the time that I bought it years and years ago. It's been sitting in my stash of PDF files, and when I was looking for one of my new starts for the month of May, I pulled it out again, and I was looking at the picture. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do all of that. So I cropped it. I had a perfect piece of fabric, and I cropped it to fit the fabric, and I'm happy with what I've decided. This is 22 count, 2/1 full cross, and this is the beginning of Darkness Falls, my version, my cropped version. It's going to be so amazing. Beautiful. So there you have all the WIPs that I have worked on this year. Now, a couple of things that I was kind of started talking about, and then I thought I'd wait till a little bit later in the video, was that last year I was very disappointed in my stitching journey for multiple reasons. Not a lot of stitching time, but that wasn't any fault of the stitching, or it was just life interrupted, and I didn't have time. I didn't have the energy to stitch. then, so I came up with a better plan for this year. Because what made me really sad about last year's stitching was that there was so many projects that I hadn't even pulled out. I hadn't even put one stitch in it. And as you can see, I love all of my WIPs so much for different reasons. And I wanted to come up with a way that even if it wasn't a lot, I wanted to at least pull out each piece at some point this year. And the plan has been working so far. Never have I, in 6 months' time, worked on this many projects. 29 projects. That's amazing. And there still is a handful that I haven't stitched on yet, only because they haven't come up in the rotation. But the method that I'm using this time around is working. And I'm really thankful for that. So the ones that have not yet appeared on my stitching rotation, but will in the next upcoming 6 months. One of them is Sleepy Owlette, one of my all-time favorites by the Cross Stitch Studio. It is 18 count 2/1 full cross. I cannot wait to pull him out again. He is one of my favorite pieces to work on. Then we have the Quaker Canadian flag. That is 28 count 1/1 full cross. That has yet to be stitched on. That was also lost for a while and found. It was in the back of, it had fallen behind the shelf where I lay all my WIPs, so refound. Next, one of the ones that has yet to come up but will soon is my travel bookshelf, and can't wait to put more stitches in that one as well. This is on 28 count 2/1 full cross. Looking forward to bringing that one up again. Another one was Rainbow Dragons. This is 22 count 2/1 full cross. Another colorful piece. And then we have Ayana, another beauty in the same category as Golden Promises. This one is amazing, and the best part is that, look, her face is coming up. I think in one of my Christmas challenges, I moved over here and look, that's her eye. So you can only imagine how close I am to working on her face. This is on 22 count 2/1 full cross. This black was a nightmare, and that's why it was a UFO for like a long time, along with Prelude to a Kiss. But I pulled them both out, and I no longer have any UFOs. Everything goes in the rotation. And look, I can't wait to make progress on that. Another one that is yet to come and soon will is Dragon Charmer, 22 count 2/1 full cross. Page complete, finally, after I don't know how many years. This was also a UFO for the longest time, but I pulled it out last year and it finally got worked on and the page is finally complete, so I can't wait to do more on this one. Then we have a beautiful place, which was started with a group of friends. We're still in our group chat and we're still working away on multiple pieces, but the reason we all got together was because we all wanted to start this piece. A beautiful place. Why can't I speak today? So many of them have gotten much further and I'm enjoying watching them, and I cannot wait to get back to this one. This is 20 count, I think, yes, 20 count 2/1 full cross. So there you have it. Those are all of my WIPs that I have in my rotation at the moment. I do have another new start planned. Maybe I'll do it as a birthday start. So those of you who may or may not have had a chance to see my unboxing video, I collaborated with Kaylee from the sewing shop and provided a chart for her to put in her mystery box, Indian themed. And I think I'm going to start it because she fully kitted it. She provided the most amazing fabric and the most perfect floss to stitch the design with. So I think that is going to be my birthday start in August, and I'm really looking forward to it. Other than that, I do not at the moment have any plans for any more new starts, but as you can tell, I've got enough in my rotation, so let's see how it goes. What else did I want to share with you? This year so far, I have stitched 40,704 stitches. It's a decent number, isn't it? With everything else that's going on. And I stitched a total of 119 days. Obviously, those were not consecutive days, but I'm happy with that. And I'm hoping that my stitching bug is back. I just got back from vacation, a absolutely wonderful vacation in Dublin, Ireland. my husband and I had a fabulous time. They're so rich in history and architecture, and it was just a blast. We saw a lot of things. Bucket list item, I got to see Riverdance live and in person. And if none of you know, if any of you do not know what Riverdance is, because I don't know, you're living under a rock, Google it. It is the most amazing Irish step dance troupe ever, and this was their 30th year celebration, and what an amazing experience to go see them in their home country on their stage. So that was a highlight of my trip. That was amazing, and we did a lot of fun stuff, so it was really great. So now I'm back from vacation, fully energized, ready to get stitching, and I'm so glad I had the opportunity to film this mid-year WIP parade for you and for me, and I cannot wait to pick up the stitching journey and to have you follow along. So thank you for joining me here today. Until next time. Bye everyone.